Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How is everybody?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Might be a little different meeting this morning. I just flew in from Boise, and boy, are my arms tired.
Dun, dun, dun. I'll be here all evening.
And it's going downhill from here.
Oh my.
All right, people are coming in. And yes, Nick and I did a whirlwind tour of Caldwell and introduced our new manager to the Caldwell office, Mario Gomez, and very well received. It's a very good meeting. Got some great ideas. We had a roundtable discussion, and I'll share some of those thoughts with you as well. All right, like people are here.
Nice.
Get rid of that. Okay, here's your social media post. A couple days late, but they had a couple of really good Happy Father's Day social media posts. So I wanted to put one of those up there just so you can see it. And that's the kind of thing you can put up there. You all know where to find these. One thing you can do is join us on Tuesdays for our social media sessions and see where to find these postings. You can take one off of these blogs that I make for every Wednesday meeting. Or you can go to, well, managers help me. Where are these? These are in the brand studio?
Yes.
Okay. They're in 21 online under the productivity hub, under the brand studio. It takes a little bit of fishing, but there are social media posts and there are, events, holidays. I think it's called holidays.
Yes. If you go under general templates and then holidays, they'll all be there.
Nice.
Good, because the holidays are coming. And there'll be a post for every week, I think is their goal at least.
Yes. I heard this morning that it's National Giraffe Day.
Oh, wow. And even things that we didn't even know about.
Good. Good. I approve. Okay. Okay, good morning. Last week, yes, we had a wonderful meeting in the Portland branch to recognize the top producing agents in the company. So just very quickly, who were those people? In case you weren't able to make it, the top production in this office, in this company for 2022. Shauna Dolby won again the President's Award. We're very proud of her. Congratulations. That's for getting the Centurion Producer and the Top Quality Service Award.
Yes.
And she did that several years in a row. And a very good job on that.
Yes.
Thank
Augie Baca in Caldwell received the Master Emerald Award. Requires selling between 46 and 58.9 units.
Wow.
All right, here's one. I actually missed an opportunity. We took a really great picture of the management team, and I announced that Century 21 North Star in 2022 was ranked the #1 company in Oregon. I wish I had known that year to date, we are now the #1 company in Oregon. So congratulations again to the management staff. This is the largest Century 21 in Oregon.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. You gotta look at these every day. And then of course the Vancouver branch won the Quality Service Pinnacle Award again, and congratulations on that. And then we awarded really the top agents in the company, about the top 10% in production. Lee Lanigan in the Caldwell branch, Stephen Burright in Longview, Grant Baker in Portland, Fei Wu in Portland, Jennifer Washam in Longview, and Jeffrey Jensen in Caldwell. Oh, it's like a test. Okay. A couple of special awards. We were really happy to be able to present Grant Baker with the Newcomer of the Year Award. And of course, Patrick Walcott with the Founders Award. Jennifer Washam received that award last year, and happy to pass it on to Patrick Wolcott for his contributions to North Star.
Nice.
Very nice. So many of you can do a lot more than you're doing. And that should be your inspiration if you have the motivation and the desire. So one of the questions I ask myself every day is, what do I have to do to stay motivated so I can do my job for you at the level you expect and the way I would like to have it done? You have to ask yourself the same question. What do you have to do each day to maintain a high level of motivation, or at least be highly motivated during what we call the productivity times, where it really matters? These are the times devoted to prospecting, devoted to lead follow-up, pre-qualifying, and going on appointments. That's where the money's made. It's not made without that. That is a requirement. So we need to stay focused during these times and work to attain the goals that you have set. So think about what really motivates you and treat your business like a business. Have goals, understand your motivations. Remember, there's a lot of business to be done. Let's have a look at the chart. Kung, what's new? Any good closings? Any new listings?
We had 4 closings since last week.
Oh, good.
Let's see who closed. We had a close by Fei Wu, Mike Fowler, Chrissy Hansen, and another one by Nyan. Congratulations to those agents.
Nice.
Stuff went under contract. We have another one by Fei Wu, Doug Carrillo, and Grant Baker had a listing go under contract. He put that on the market last week, and it went under contract last week. So congrats to those agents.
Excellent. All right, good news. Good news. How's Longview? What's new and exciting in Longview?
What's new and exciting in Longview? Longview, we have a lot of stuff. We have 9 things pending right now. So
Wow.
that's good.
I'm glad I asked.
Yes.
That's good. We have, quite a few listings out there taking a little longer. We got a couple of new listings. I guess they're not new last week. They were from before. So yeah, that's about it.
Very
Okay.
good.
We have a lot of stuff almost done.
It's pending in contract.
Yes.
Nice.
Right. Okay, good. Good. Shauna, how's Vancouver?
Well, it seems like we're kind of in between right now. We had some closings the week before. I don't think there anything broken the last Wednesday. I think it closed right before that. So, but we do have a new listing coming soon right now on the RMLS, and it's 2.58 acres for $520,000, and that was listed by Brianna Mao.
Good.
Nice.
Good. Congratulations. Congratulations. See what's here for Washington. I don't see anything new for, for Idaho.
I see that, we had the listing last week with Augie. And
Yeah.
then is Shelley available to tell us what's pending? I think we probably have some things pending.
Got Meridian pending.
Yeah, that's pending.
That's right. I remember this house. It's so beautiful. It almost looks like one of Nyath's houses, but not quite up to that level. It's very nice.
That's right.
It's very nice. All right. Congratulations. Good job. Anyone have any haves or wants? I forget to ask that sometimes, and sometimes people do have a buyer who's looking for a particular thing that you don't see every day, like a reasonably priced house. And, we like to share those things and help each other out, and maybe double in the deals in-house. That's always a positive thing. Anybody have anything today they can think of?
Yeah.
I will ask every week in case.
Just in case.
Think about that. Think about that.
Everyone's content. All right.
It has everything they want. See, so I asked. All right. All right, good job, everybody. We have some announcements. We have the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat, which I've talked about. It's coming up quickly, July 18th through 21st. So I hope everybody's going that is able and wants to go.
A good one.
Yeah. Okay, how is the market? I wasn't able to update it. The market is, the 30-year fixed is actually down to 6.69. 6.69. Now, there's an interesting, and the other big news is that the consumer price index is down to 4 from 4.9. So it dropped in a 30-day period, it dropped almost 1 point, which is what everybody was hoping for. And when we met last week, I remember someone said, well, the Fed's meeting, and they might raise interest rates. But I said, well, I hope they listen to the NAR economist. And I'd like Kuhn to read the NAR economist's message on that, which was not on inflation, but was on the Fed's decision. All right, so say what he said. He had a warning. He had a recommendation to the Fed.
Yeah, let's see what he said. In Fed decision, June 14th, 2023. A monetary policy lag time exists between decision and inflation. The rate hikes from earlier months have yet to exert their force at a time when inflation has already decelerated to 4%. There is no need to consider raising interest rates. In fact, considering the balance sheet difficulties faced by community banks and the weakness in the commercial real estate sector, the Fed should look at cutting interest rates before the end of the year. The Fed should look forward, not backwards. Very good advice.
I think we're seeing politics in play here. We're seeing that we have a voice in this too, that our representative made the statement because it'll get out in the news. The NAR disagrees with the Fed. Anyway, the Fed did not raise interest rates, but it didn't lower them either. But at least we got our message out there. Right. Let's see. We are back at how's the market. Let's do this. Where do I have that? All right, for the role play today, I asked somebody to do a video of that. And boy, I'm glad I asked. I think we got a really good video.
However, this continues. Hi, my name's Kat Formanova. I'm with Century 21 North Star, and I have the market update for you for Clark County, Vancouver, Washington. We are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to a shortage of available housing and signs of a reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 60 days, and median home prices have decreased 2.4% over last year. The median home sold price in the metro area is $500,000. Interest rates are currently at 6.71% and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and greater time on the market. If you'd like to know more, don't hesitate to reach out. Like, follow, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Fabulous.
Hi. My name's Kat
Excellent.
Formanova. I'm with.
I like that she read it from the scroll. She even said that's like a Harry Potter thing or something.
is.
But what's great about it though
Excellent.
is that she's not trying to look at the camera and at the thing. She's just reading it, and I love that. It looks so much better than when I'm trying to go back and forth. I just love
Right. It's okay. It's okay to have the facts in front of you and make it creative.
Sure. It looked very official, little medieval, but still very official. Very official. All right. So see how easy it is? See how easy it is? Do that. Do it in a colorful way, do it in an interesting way, post it. Do that every week, do that twice a month. And you have really good social media content out there, and it will get you more attention in the long run, and it may attract attention for you when you need it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much.
Nice.
Let me just go through here and make sure I have everything updated. We do have we're still in June, so yeah, we're still in June. All right. So we have the most updated ones. We do have the Cowlitz County statistics updated so that they're handy for you if you work in Cowlitz County. And so all of those are updated, and I've reviewed those. And we've done that. Okay. I put up a few new posts. Let's see what I did. And some things are in. Oh, but that didn't work. Okay, so here's the June 2023 for agents, I believe. And so there's the calendar of recommended things to draw attention to. So this is interesting. On June 27th is an NAR report. Has anybody seen what we should be posting on that? I haven't seen that before.
They haven't put it out yet.
Okay. So it's an NAR report.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm anxious to see it.
I believe they sent the last one out on Friday, so I'm assuming they'll send the next one out on Friday, but that's kind of a guess.
Okay. We want to celebrate National Homeownership Month, and there's an excellent graphic for it. Recommended hashtags. You can boost it for $50. Put it on Facebook and Instagram. They're telling you what to do. They're just telling you what to do. And we'll show you this on Tuesdays as well. Pride Month, hashtags, your team. Same thing. A recruiting post. The most recognized, 45% of consumers identify us as the most recognized. I like that one. I've always liked that one. All right. Being successful to me means insert how I feel successful. If you're interested in selling or buying, connect with me using the link below. So is this for a video? I thought it said video at the top.
Video to share.
Okay. All right. Happy Father's Day. Showed that. What values are most important? So they're highlighting the new stuff. All right. Here's what's coming soon. Some NAR data.
And this is the broker calendar and the broker posts. So, which is in all other parts of the world different than here. So they have a separate one of these for agents as well. So you can go on 21 online and get that.
Okay. Okay. You had also sent me the agent calendar, which might be, let me see if that comes up here.
It's a little bit different, but very much the same.
Okay.
It doesn't have recruiting posts and things like that.
Oh, right. Right. Oh, well, it's not showing up. It's PowerPoint. It's not showing up on the screen. So I usually have time to convert the PowerPoints to PDFs. And we have the two social media calendars for the next 2 weeks. No, these are training. Moxie Presents. All right, all of that is there. All right, Cheryl. So this might be a PowerPoint. Let me see what I can do with it.
It's not right.
Well, it's not right anyway. You sent me two things that seemed to be the same, and then you just sent me what looked like the first page of them. So I picked that one.
Yeah, it's not the first page. I have I did have it pulled up, but it looks like it disappeared. So I'll have to find it again.
Okay, take your time. I wanted to talk about Barb Peterson. We were talking about scams in the last 2 weeks and asked everybody to review Annie Fitzsimmons' video. It's a Washington Realtors video, but it's the same problem everywhere. And now we've had our second incident of I think what they did, the person found Barb on realtor.com, sent her a message, said, I like your profile on realtor.com. I need to list this land in Southwest Washington, and pretty quickly and all of that. And so Barb was suspicious. She looked up the owner on the tax records, which is always the first thing to do. And the email had the same name, but it was a generic email and it had numbers after it. And now that we go back looking at it, they had the name spelled wrong. So now that we're taking a closer look at it. And it ticked all of the boxes that Annie Fitzsimmons had said. They're in a hurry. They don't want to sign. They live in Texas, but they're, So we re-listened to the video, and what Annie said was the first thing to do is to, there's two things to do. We sent them a certified letter, the owner on the tax records in Texas, that they had to sign for, that says, we talked to you, we're prepared to list your house. Please give us a call to confirm. So they should have got that Saturday, and we never heard anything from anybody on that. And so what we did was we decided, let's ask this person for their identification, to scan their driver's license or something like that. And they shot right back that, due to privacy concerns and identity theft, we're not comfortable sharing this with you. And I said, cancel the listing. They ticked every box for fraud. And you have every right to have them prove to you who they are. So either we missed out on a great listing, or we saved everybody a lot of grief. And I think that's exactly what happened. They don't trust us with their identity. So we don't trust them. So you get anything like that you're suspicious about, talk to your branch manager about it, and just run through those simple things. A certified letter, and asking them. What I was hoping for was that they would forge the documents, because apparently that's been happening, and we get a bogus driver's license or some sloppy cut and paste job. We could do some detective work, but we didn't get anything. We got a flat out refusal. So these scammers are amateur, so they didn't make any money on this one.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. So beware of that, and absolutely keep us informed if you're suspicious about anything. Cheryl, did you find anything?
I did.
Okay. And what do we got? Mary, I got your text. I'm going to read that after this presentation. Here we go.
Okay. So these are more of the keeping current matters things. These are the, what does it say? The top 5 visual graphics that explain the market right now. So these are little things that you can post. send to people, print out, whatever it is you want to do. I'll send John a PDF of all this too, so you can do that. Or you can do if you have someone there, you can show them the PowerPoint presentation if you want. But anyway, this kind of gives a good idea. We all love the visuals here on what the market is really doing. This shows, the seller's market is when it takes more, or a buyer's market is what I wanted to say, is when it takes more than, 7 months to sell a house. Or we have more than 7 months of inventory. That's what I want to say. Not 7 months to sell a house, for gosh sakes.
Right,
That was back in 2008, 2009 sometimes, but
right.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
so that's a good one. So it shows that today we're even still below what it was before, before the last big recession. So that's good. Anything below 6 months of inventory is still going to be a seller's market. So that's a good thing. You can post the graphic and then, copy and paste it and then talk a little bit about it and tell people to get a hold of you. So this shows, what is this? Traffic. These are showings. So there was a whole bunch into the unicorn years, 2021, 2022. And we're above now 2020 or 2020 and 2019 and 2018. As far as the traffic out there, things are still hopping. There's some things for the people that say, oh, they just wonder if this is a bad time to buy a house. The interest rates are so high. I'm just going to rent. Well, it looks like the home values have stabilized. And our area is probably better than most, so it's probably even a little better than this. But I like how Keeping Current Matters, they give you not just one person's or one company's view of what's going to happen. They give you 3 or 4. So this shows several of them. And then what does that show? FHFA, CoreLogic, and Case-Shiller, some different ones. And they all say that, things are getting better now. So that's good. That's what we want to see. But these are just great things that you can use in your social media or whatever it is you want to. It's good to have things to show people. This is just showing that 68.1% have paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% equity. So that's good. So that's the blue and the green on the blue and the green together is paid off or have at least 50% equity. There's a lot of people out there sitting pretty that can sell their home and not feeling lost.
Are those the young baby boomers? I
These
think
are-
the majority.
I mean, I think the way prices went up,
Could be
that, the values have gone up so much that it's easy to have 50% equity. I mean, look at all the people that made money in 2 years. You don't usually buy a house and be able to sell it 2 years later and make, $100,000 or whatever. There was all kinds of great things. People were doubling their money.
Right.
So that's gone up quite a bit. So lots of people out there with equity, which is a good thing when you're selling your house. Will there be a flood of foreclosures? Probably not. We're still below pre-pandemic levels on foreclosures. I can't see, what is that? 2005. Oh, okay, so pre-pandemic, this is 2011 is around midpoint here. This is over a long period.
Right.
But, yeah, we're still really low, actually. Hasn't been this low since before 2005, so a long time. And those are just some things to post. We can put them up here, or if you want something that's not on the website, just get a hold of me and I'll send it to you.
Cheryl, where did you get that? Or did you create that?
It's no, it's a company called Keeping Current Matters. And they just put out stuff for, you can either, this stuff was all free. But you can also have it customized with your name and stuff for, it's $29.95 a month, and it includes a whole bunch of other things as well. But
So you got that where though?
they send me an email every week. If you go into their website or whatever, you can subscribe to it, and then you can just
Can you send me the power? Can you send me that presentation?
Sure.
Just so I can review it more carefully.
Yeah. They put out like tons of stuff every week that's great for posting.
But you pay for that, right?
I don't pay for it. This stuff is all free. You can pay for it, and then when you pay for it, they customize it and put your name on it and the brand and all that.
Yeah.
So
So this stuff you got free on our website or from a third party?
from a third party. It's that
Okay, that's not on our website.
unless John's put it on our website. I don't think what's on there is quite right on the website, but I'm sending it to him, so he'll put it on there.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Check out Keeping Current Matters. Go to their YouTube channel and see what it is they do. And yeah, we take a lot of that and bring it to you here because they do such a good job of it.
They do. And once you get on their email list, they'll send you the latest YouTube video and all of that. They're the ones that give you the scripts and the little teleprompter if you want to pay for it. You can even get that done.
Okay. I'll try to get the right one up here for everybody and get a copy to everybody who's looking for that. I have a news flash. Mary Gray has a buyer looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Can be a condo or a detached home under $500,000 in Southwest to Seattle. Oh, okay. With no rental restrictions. So we have an investor. If anyone has a property coming up, please let her know. Anywhere from Portland to Seattle, if I'm reading that right. It's in the chat room. All right. So we have some safety information. Shauna?
Yeah, it's always good to think about being safe, especially when we get excited about a lead call. Of course, we're always paying attention to the scams, but in addition to that, when we have a real buyer, a real seller, we want to make sure we follow safety protocols. And the first one is really easy. You always want to meet them at the office first if you can, right? That's usually what you want to do. And if the office is not available for some reason, then a public place would be the next best option. I know there's a lot of agents that I've worked with for many years who have that as a policy. They won't go out and show houses until they've met the person in the office. Things are a little different now. A lot of times people will meet you at a property. So there's other things that you can do, like vet your clients when you can. And a lot of times if it's a listing, you're going to go to their house. So you can get as much information as you can. I have ways that I do it. Is there something that you guys do when you get a new client? Do you do anything specific to try to find information about them?
Well,
Anyone?
you've certainly done a little detective work in finding out where they live and do they even own the home? How long have they owned it? How much is it worth? So you know quite a bit. You don't know that it's them, but they are in the house.
Right. They could very well own the house, but maybe you might want to know a little bit more about them. You can Google them. You
Facebook.
can Facebook them. Yes, good. There's a lot of things that you can do to try to find out more information. That's not going to hurt you either because you're just going to know more about them to connect with them too. So
You know, if
Um,
you pre-qualify them properly, you've asked them dozens of questions,
Right.
very personal questions.
Yeah.
And since what you're really looking for is red flags to make you more cautious, I think that would reveal pretty much everything you need.
Right.
yeah,
Pre-qualify.
absolutely.
Most people are really understanding about that sort of thing too. So, if they're not, then that's kind of a red flag in itself.
It
Mhm.
is. Right. And I mean, one thing I use when I say I'm meeting a buyer at a house and I've never met them before, I have got, it says, the next one says go a little bit early. That's a good thing to do. But when they arrive, I get out of my car and I take a photo of their car and their plate and I text it to my person that I've assigned to be my safety partner or whatever. And most of the time I tell them what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So it makes it very clear that I've got their plate number. And so that's another, and like Cheryl said, most people don't care. They're like, oh, that's a smart idea. They appreciate the fact that you're trying to, protect your safety. So that's another way you can do it. Yeah, get to the appointment early. One of the things I was always taught is to unlock all the doors and turn on all the lights and survey the property. Obviously, that's a safety thing too.
Mhm.
I might just include in there too is if it's supposed to be vacant and you see things in there, don't touch anything. That is a real huge problem. If you touch something that can hurt you, like fentanyl, you could die. So be very careful, very, very careful when you walk into a house that is supposed to be vacant and you see things around. I mean, most of us can use our brains and know that we should leave at that point. But that's a really important thing.
Obviously
Stuff
broken
like that.
into or something. Right.
Right, like a squatter, something like that. So just be really careful with that. You never want to touch anything that you're not sure what it is. So that's another thing too is, open all the doors. I always let the person walk in first. And as it says in the one below that you want to stay behind the client. So when you open up all the doors and have everything, you have an exit if you need one. I've been doing this a long time, never had anything like that happen, but I always use these safety protocols too.
Mhm.
But I've just never had it happen, but it can, and that's why we over that. And if you have a gut feeling, then stick with that. I have had gut feelings and not gone on appointments, so I can say that has happened to me before. Just people that I didn't want to meet. One of them wanted me to pick them up at the airport and drive them around, and the story got on and to the point where I just quit answering the phone. And the person ended up getting very angry and leaving really horrible messages, and they were very disturbed. And so I'm glad I never met with them. So
Right.
just, stick with your gut feeling if you ever have something like that happen to you. It said never, you don't want to go in first to the house. You always let them go in first.
Right.
I never go in basements. I don't know about you guys. I don't go down there. I would never be the first one to go down there if I did, but most of the time I don't go in the basement. If they want to look at the basement, they can go in the basement.
Hmm.
I just don't go there. So and I was reading this and I wrote it in my own notes, and then I kept reading and I see that they also say don't go upstairs, don't go in the attic. So you just want to be behind your client so that you can make your exit if you need to. This says keep 8 feet away. I'm not sure if you need to keep that far away, but I mean, in COVID we did, so people kind of got used to that.
Right.
It's really easy to let your guard down. That's why you want to, remember to give people, and some people don't want you to stand that close. So, be respectful of people's space. And then limit the personal information that you give out. This one is saying you shouldn't use your photo on every kind of advertisement. That might be, some good advice. I know almost everybody does. And don't put your home address on anything.
Yeah.
You don't want your clients to know where you live most of the time
Right.
anyway, but yeah, that I think is a no-brainer, right, Nick?
That's right. One thing I haven't seen listed here is one of the things I've heard in these safety tips before is making sure your car is parked out on the street so that your car is not blocked in to a driveway if possible. I know some of the country homes it's not quite as easy because maybe they have a big long sweeping driveway, but in a lot of suburban neighborhoods, obviously you can just park out on the street and not get blocked in. And then I think obvious things like if a single gentleman is looking at a 5-bedroom home, why isn't he bringing his family? Just kind of red flags, that way.
Yep.
Common sense stuff.
And then it talks about the scam listings. So we kind of already went through that stuff. And so I just, I always want to make sure everybody's keeping their safety, keeping safe. We don't want anybody to get hurt. I mean, like I said, I've never had anything happen. So, but I do follow a lot of these. Go ahead.
Right. Feel free to bring, somebody, with you, another agent, a friend or family member, if you're kind of at an in-between feeling where you're like, well, it's not totally odd, but I still have something odd, bring someone and let them know you're bringing someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've done that too. And I've had people cancel. So maybe the safety protocols just kept things from happening. I have said, I'll be bringing my partner and, name that person. And I've had people cancel. So maybe there is always a chance that just following those safety protocols keeps you safer.
right. John and I listed the condo in Southern California that's way up the cabin way up in the mountains in California. Well, obviously she brought her husband. Hello. She's meeting someone up at a cabin in the mountains.
And so
I didn't even
fortunately,
think about it. Obviously her husband's there.
yeah. So fortunately, in our company, we've never had any issues, but realtors have been targets of violence for decades, and fodder for the crime drama series. So it's all about common sense until you get to know these people or are comfortable with them. Watch out for that.
Always a good reminder. Thank you, Shauna.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I just want to talk about a few lead generation things. I've had this here for a while. Lead generation, obviously, arguably the most important thing we do is understanding where our leads come from and understanding how to cultivate those lead sources and how to work them. So let me just quickly go through this. Think about the following affirmation as you begin to prospect each day. I'm efficient, I'm effective, I'm productive, and I'm profitable. Yay. That's your confidence boost because all of that is true. And just going into your prospecting sessions and activities with a positive attitude will get you there. To make your prospecting time better, make your mornings media free. No TV, no radio, no newspapers, no email, no voicemail. Treat your job like a business. Your boss would not let you do all of those things. Your boss would tell you to focus on what you're doing, and you are your boss. We must work to strengthen the link between prospecting and achieving the goals we have set. That means remember why you're doing this. Oh, I'm sitting here talking to people so I can get a listing appointment. Connect to those two. want that listing appointment. Because if there's no connection, you will not be reaching out to people. You will not be chatting on social media with somebody effectively if you don't connect it to that listing appointment. We must make a commitment to build our business through daily and efficient prospecting. Another way to say that is talk to people every day. We must determine where our business comes from before we decide from where we are going to get our business. Create a simple system for sourcing all of your closings. A great thing to do, I think, is look back at your last 12 months and see where the business came from and do an analysis of that and see if you got some off of internet leads, if you got Century 21 leads, 3 people you met from a certain social environment, and just analyze that and see if that reminds you that that's where your efforts should be. Shauna has a tennis club, and if she says, well, I got 4 listings last year from that tennis club, there's a couple of things I can do to get 5 listings or 6 listings and pursue something that works.
Right. And if it's not working, keep trying different things.
Mhm.
Right. So here's something we talk about. Our business generally comes from waiting, buying, or going out and finding it. And 80% of your business should be from going out and finding it. So that comes from the different business models. So waiting is passive marketing. You have bought, you put your face on a supermarket buggy. Okay, because somebody called you and said, I got a deal, but I got to have it right now. I got to have $800 right now. I'll have you in every Safeway on the west side. And you go, well, yeah, God, that price goes up by $200 tomorrow, or they're going to give it to a Windermere agent. So I got to get it. I'll tell you what I've learned over the years. There's a real easy way to address that. Say, no, I just know. I do my marketing every year. So if you want to send me an email, we can talk again next year and see if that's something that I want to put in my marketing plan. But I've already spent my marketing money. And just
I say that exact same thing.
yeah, this is a business. I'm running a business here. You can't come along and take my money for something that I haven't thought about yet. And I'm not going to be pressured by your got to have it today because that's BS. And just, we know up front that it's BS. So we're not going to fall for it. All right. Create an efficient pre-prospecting routine. Here's an example. Get up at a specific time every day. The business world starts at 8 o'clock. Do some form of exercise and stretching. That's a great idea. Have a healthy breakfast. Do your affirmations early. Arrive at the office or your workspace at a specific time. Clear your desk, get your prospects numbered if you're making phone calls or if you're doing social media. Role play with enthusiasm if that's something you do to practice some of the scripts and methods that you use for this. And then, of course, have fun because it is fun. Is it fun, Nick?
Yes, it is.
Nick has fun doing it. If you don't believe that it can be fun, listen to Nick call people. Nick's prospecting is to bring agents to the company, but it's the exact same thing.
It's like everything they said. If everything you learned in kindergarten, the fact is it's not about you if they're in a different space. They could be, you never know what's going on in someone's life. And so if it doesn't go well, don't worry about it. But for the most people, most part, just enjoy people. Maybe it's somewhat unique to me, but I just have a lot of fun with them. And also realize this is a relationship building business, whether it's recruiting in my world or gaining clients. They might not be ready at that moment, but if you have hundreds of people at different stages, then it's okay that they might be 6 months or a year down the road because you got somebody wanting to list tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So just enjoy them for the space they're in at that time.
That's it. That's it. You must understand why prospecting is difficult. We know it's difficult. We know calling people, we know reaching out to people, talking to people, and breaking the ice. No matter what the situation is, we tell people, call them because you have a listing in the neighborhood. So that's not a cold call. That's a warm call. You have something they want to hear. Um, but it's the same no matter what. It's whether it's a warm call or not, you still have to have the skills. If imagine paying for Zillow, and I used to do this, pay Zillow $600 a month and maybe get one lead a month. And then being nervous about calling this lead that I just paid $600 for. That's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You have to do the same thing. That person is going to be just as difficult as anybody. Just because they came from Zillow doesn't mean they're so excited to be working with me. They're not. It's just like any other lead.
Internet leads are internet leads. That's what they are.
Right. So here's some of the things that make it difficult is people say, I don't know how to prospect. And of course, that leads to training, this is all about trying to promote our own training, that we will teach you how to prospect and teach you what to say. Number B is I don't know what to say. Well, we have two very simple scripts of what to say to a potential buyer and what to say to a potential seller. And, it's real easy. I have unproductive work habits. That's because if that's you, it's because you're not following a schedule. You don't have a checklist on what to do. I can't handle rejection, acceptance, or embarrassment. I like that because the answer is yes, you can. Okay. Yes, you can. So get some training, jump in there and do it. You'll realize very quickly it won't kill you. Talking to new people won't kill you. You'll actually enjoy it. And you can make a habit out of that. I don't track my numbers. That's business 101. Businesses track their numbers. When I owned a Domino's, I knew how many pizzas I sold every day. I needed to know that. It affected all of my planning. I'm not getting fast enough results. That's frustrating. You have to remember it's a numbers game, though. It's just a numbers game, and that's why you're tracking your numbers. If you talk to 100 people and get one listing, then 100 people equals one listing, 200 people equals 2 listings, 300 people, 3 listings. Now you have something to work with. Once you start tracking your numbers, you know what to do. Mm-hmm. And you have a basic fear of prospecting. Everybody does. Just get over it. There's not a lot to say about that other than just do it.
Yeah.
One other thing I would probably throw in there also is, and I have this difficulty too, is get all your bias out of your mind and don't make presumptions about people. Every time I've been wrong. Sometimes I'll call a certain office or a brand thinking, oh, they won't have anything in common. And I've always been wrong. Or I'm like, oh, they'll totally connect with me because, we're another, office that's similar. And the phone call bombs because it's just not the right time or place, or maybe they just, so I'm always wrong when I'm thinking it's going to go right or wrong. So just go for it.
Yeah. You can't read people. I've been in listing presentations and the man is sitting on the sofa with his arms crossed like that, not saying a word. And I think, well, we're not getting this.
Right.
Then at some point he says, well, let's sign.
We've all been there before where it's like, okay,
all been there.
I think I'm bombing this whole time, but they're just gathering information.
Yeah.
Resting grouch face.
Right.
It could just be that they have resting grouch face and that's not what they're thinking in their mind at all.
Exactly. The sooner we memorize and internalize the prospecting scripts through practice and role play, the better chance you will have of staying on your schedule. People resist what we call scripts. They resist that. But to me, it's just information. You're just learning things to say that are going to come out in your way naturally. You're learning talking points. You're learning to speak the language and you're developing your skills. So that's what the scripts are for. The scripts are not, to read them verbatim like you're a robot. That's ridiculous. All of the information is important in a script. And practice at role play, the most common objections you receive while prospecting. Identify the ones that you get most often and spend more time on them. I love objection handling. And what I always say about objection handling is,
Hey, Artie.
what I think about objection handling is don't overthink it. you're not arguing before the Supreme Court with objection handling. You just have to have a couple of things to say about what they were talking about. That's all you have to do, and then move on to the next objection.
We love objections. We do them on Wednesdays, right, Kat?
Yep.
That's right.
So,
Objection
no.
handling. Mhm.
Will you cut your commission? No, we won't. And so say a couple of other things like what? Will you cut your
Name- have a list of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
A bullet point list of what you do. A lot of people think, oh, you put a sign in front of the house. No, you do that, you market it, but then you go into contract negotiations, have a list of all you do. You know how hard you work. It isn't easy, so have a list.
That's right. And tell them that, and tell them that a couple of times, and then move on.
Mhm.
And then move on. So that's just some basics on lead generation, very basics. Lead generation is always customized. You need to determine what your 2-3 sources of leads are, and then buy into that. Those are your lead sources, so work them aggressively.
And always remember your dream. This isn't about the money. The money gets you what is important to you, whether it's paying off a mortgage or paying off a student loan or paying for your kid's college. I don't know, treatment for a sick pet. I don't care what it is. It's never about the money. It's about what's important to you and what you're needing.
Right.
A vacation, whatever it is.
Right. Okay. Happy Father's Day. In case you still have an opportunity to make amends.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So yeah, I knew it was overdue, but I wanted to show it to you anyway.
Better
It's an
late than
important
never.
day.
Right.
It's-
Right.
For some, it's a trial, some it's not.
Right. All right. Well, that's our time. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. And we hope to see you in the morning or see you next week right here.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.